It was midnight, and the office building stood silent, its cold fluorescent lights flickering as if whispering secrets to the shadows. Ethan, a janitor and single father, was making his usual rounds, mopping the glossy floors of a quiet, deserted office. As he moved through the building, his thoughts were consumed by his young son, Lucas, at home waiting for him. The child was everything to Ethan, his reason for working tirelessly each night, scrubbing floors and wiping down countertops to make ends meet. But tonight, something unexpected happened, something that would forever change the way Ethan saw the world. Out of nowhere, a loud thud echoed through the empty corridor. Ethan froze, his heart pounding. He knew the building well. Who could be here at this hour? As he followed the sound, his eyes widened in disbelief. There, sprawled on the floor, was the CEO of the company, Miss Grace Williams, a billionaire businesswoman known across the world. She was unconscious, her face pale, her expensive suit crumpled around her like a discarded piece of paper. Without a second thought, Ethan rushed to her side. He was used to cleaning up messes, but this was different. This wasn't just a spill on the floor, it was a life in danger. He knelt beside her, his hands trembling as he checked for signs of breathing. His thoughts were racing. He didn't know what to do. Was she breathing? Should he call an ambulance? Panic surged through him, but his instincts kicked in, and he reached for his phone to dial for help. But just as his fingers brushed against the screen, a soft whisper escaped her lips. Please don't let them take my son. Ethan froze. His phone slipped from his hand, clattering to the floor. He stared at Ms. Williams, her face a picture of vulnerability. The most powerful woman he knew, who commanded boardrooms, made millions with a single phone call, was now pleading for help. But help with what? Don't let them take my son, she repeated, her voice barely audible, like a fragile breeze on a cold night. Ethan felt a lump form in his throat. He didn't know this woman beyond her name and the stories about her wealth. But in that moment, he could feel her fear, her desperation. She wasn't a billionaire in that moment, she was a mother, and all the power in the world couldn't shield her from the raw emotion of a parent's love for their child. He glanced around the empty office. No one else was there. He was alone with a woman who, despite all her success, was facing a crisis. And in that instant, Ethan realized something important. It didn't matter how much money you had, or how high you climbed in the world. When it came to love and fear, everyone was the same. Vulnerable human. Gathering his courage, Ethan gently lifted her hand, hoping to reassure her. I won't let anyone take your son, Ms. Williams, he whispered, his voice steady but filled with compassion. It was then that she opened her eyes. The fear was still there, but there was a glimmer of relief, a slight easing of the tension in her face. Thank you, she said, her voice stronger now, but still trembling. You don't know what this means to me. My son, he's all I have left. For the first time in his life, Ethan saw someone who, despite all their power, needed kindness. He realized how much he had taken for granted, how easy it was to judge others by what they had, by what they showed the world, and not by the pain and struggle they kept hidden inside. Before she could say anything more, Ethan quickly dialed emergency services. The ambulance arrived soon after, and Ms. Williams was rushed to the hospital. As they wheeled her away, she locked eyes with him and mouthed the words, "Thank you." Hey, before we continue, if you're enjoying this story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment down below. We're Kindness Action, where we share heartwarming stories that remind us all of the power of kindness. Days passed before Ethan heard any news of Ms. Williams. He continued his nightly routine, but her words stayed with him. Don't let them take my son. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had been part of something bigger than himself. He wasn't just a janitor anymore, he was someone who had shown kindness when it mattered the most. And that act of kindness, small as it seemed, had made a difference. One evening, as Ethan was finishing up his shift, he received an unexpected call. It was from Ms. Williams. Her voice was warm, filled with gratitude. Ethan, she said, I don't know how to thank you. You saved my son and me that night. I've never known a man like you, a man who saw beyond my wealth and power. You're an example of what real strength is, and I want to help you. I'm offering you a scholarship for your son, Lucas, to go to the best school, and I want you to know that you're never alone. Ethan was speechless. He didn't know what to say. He had never expected anything in return. The only thing he had wanted was to help someone in need. And now, the woman he had helped was offering to help him and his son. I don't know what to say, but thank you. Thank you for seeing me, he finally managed to say, his voice thick with emotion. Ms. Williams laughed softly. You don't need to say anything. Just remember that kindness is never wasted. As Ethan hung up the phone, tears filled his eyes. He had learned a valuable lesson that night. Kindness wasn't about expecting something in return, it was about showing up when someone needed you the most. No matter who they were, or what they had, we all need kindness. So, next time you see someone struggling, remember this story. A simple act of kindness can change the course of someone's life, just like it did for Ethan, Lucas, and Ms. Williams. And who knows? Maybe your small gesture will have the power to change the world. Let's all make the world a little brighter, one act of kindness at a time. Thank you for watching this heartwarming story. Don't forget to share it, and let's keep spreading kindness.